Hi, and welcome back to It Figures. Tonight I actually have a pretty special one for you. It is of Vincent from the Black Hole. This guy I've been looking for quite a while, and he of course is a fall convention exclusive, and because of that they don't sell him in the stores, so you had to either be there for this convention or get him offline, which I did. It's very rare for me to actually go out and look for a pop figure. I usually go to the stores and they have all these cool ones out and I'm like, oh hey, finally this came out, and I'll pick him up. But this guy I really wanted. Growing up I loved this character, and if you don't know Vincent, he is from an old Disney movie called The Black Hole. And I had action figures of him when I was growing up. I actually had him and I had Bob. And they were some of my favorite action figures I ever owned. And I do have a plastic model kit of Vincent that I've never put together. It's still in the box. So when I seen that Pop was bringing him out, I had to get him. I mean, it was one of those, yeah, I had to get him. But he was so expensive. But then I finally found him on Amazon for about 20 bucks, so I had to get him. So they actually did come out with Maximilian as well, and I don't have him yet, but I might pick him up later. Okay, so here we go. We're going to open up Vincent from the Black Hole. He's actually kind of a small pop figure too, and of course he does have the oversized head here. The black eyes actually work really well for this character because it's kind of like what the movie looks like, and the details on him they did a fantastic job with. Here you can see the top of his head. And one cool thing about Vincent is he has all these electronics all over him. He has these claws that pops out, and he did have lasers that come out here too that pop out. And he does have a screen right there that in the movie obviously worked. And if you can't hardly see it, but it does say Vincent right across the top of him here. It's very hard to see, but it is there. His legs in the movie too, they also popped out. They came out when he floated. Or I believe they came out and they were like electrified so he could stick onto the ship. The back of him also is pretty well detailed. Has everything in it that was in the movie. It looks really good. And I really love his stand. I think it's cool that they gave him the stand so it looks like he's floating. He does have one point of articulation, which, just like the movie, his head rotates back and forth, and then that's about it. I wasn't expecting really anything else from him, but it would have been kind of cool to have his claws maybe move or go in or come out or something like that, or have his laser come in. And I know that's asking a lot from a pop figure. Yeah, so after all these years, it's so cool to own a Vincent figure. And this is the reason why I really started picking up pop figures to start with, because they started making things that nobody else had. Like Vincent, for example. Nobody else, no other company's making Black Hole figures. No one's else making Vincent figures. And that's, again, I can't remember, I think it was actually Supernatural, I think, is when I very first started collecting these, because nobody was making Supernatural figures, so I started picking them up, and it just kind of grew from there, and now I have 7,000 of these things. But that's one thing I really like about Funko, is they will make something that no other company will. And perfect example here of Vincent. No other company is making Black Hole figures. And that's awesome. So, kudos to those guys. And I love this guy. I think he's fantastic. He's probably one of my favorite pop figures there is now, along with Pickle Rick. Still love Pickle Rick. And there's a couple other ones that I really like. But, yeah, he's really awesome. I think they did a great job with him. And he is a little expensive, because he is exclusive to a, I don't know what convention it was. I think it was actually the Pop Funko convention itself that he was exclusive to. But they did a great job with the silver and the red and the detailing here. So overall, I am very satisfied with Vincent. And now that I've seen him, I will probably have to pick up Maximilian. I don't know what the asking price for him is. Probably a lot. But overall, this is awesome. And you can't really have one without the other, truthfully. So I hope you enjoyed this review, and if you did, make sure you hit that subscribe button so I can see you next time here on